Good morning and welcome. And it's time to talk about Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid for a bit before I reach the episode 11 review. Kobayashi Dragon Maid series has always been a show that generates new fans and new people all around and jokes and makes a lot of memes. We watch Kobayashi Dragon Maid for the fan service, and yes, they got fan service. We watch Kobayashi Dragon Maid because of the characters we love, plus the animation. And by the way, the animation gets way, way better than all of it combined. Plus, we watch Kobayashi Dragon Maid for the backstories. And everything about the backstories makes it a whole. It's like forget that it's a slice of life. Forget that it's comedy. If we watch Kobayashi Dragon Maid in tones of us watching as a backstory thing going on with each character, we get something in it. And just like yesterday's episode, we have got it. Now, unfortunately, I won't do Peach Boy Riverside today. I have to do Peach Boy Riverside tomorrow. Same time, the same day as Girlfriend. So I'm trying to knock out this video as much as I can before I go. So without further ado, let's get right to it, to episode 11 review of Dragon Maid S. Yeah, episode 11, Dragon Maid S. So Kobayashi has serious back problems. I too have serious back problems myself. At times when I work and my feet hurt so bad. Sometimes I work, I just, like, my leg gets sore, and sometimes my back be hurting at times. So most of the times with my back, I had to use rubbing alcohol. That sometimes works. So Kobayashi has some serious back problems, and she don't want nobody messing with her back. Now Kobayashi's looking for all these things for her back. And everybody tried. Like Kana, she's just like, Hey Lulu, forget that she used her breasts to massage her. And I'm like, if everybody love Elulu, having her breasts to massage your back will be really cool, unless you into Elulu. That's all I'm trying to say. Of course, me, I don't know if that's even possible because Elulu's about this tall, but yeah, we don't get to that later. So Kobayashi is still trying to figure out what ways to help her back, and Toru feels like she's not putting her a lot of effort. She wants Kobayashi to feel even better despite her back. Now, normally, the Kobayashi's mind, she's like, oh, she's probably gonna do something perverted, like give her a dragon tail. That ain't gonna work, because Kobayashi will never eat a dragon tail. So, as a result of that, she used her own tail as a massaging. That's a good thing. If we had that's a good invention. Imagine a massage chair with total scales. That would be a lot better than everything. That would be a lot better. That would be a good merchandise / product to even have us as a massage chair. We should buy one of those. But that's something. But the reason that episode was somewhat important, this was a good episode, because the first part was about Kobayashi back problems, and Toru's trying to get guidance from Elma and his friend, who they work with Kobayashi, and they see how she goes with her back problems, how she lean, how she does things. But aside from that, the biggest point of this episode, and I loved it by far still, is the backstory of Toru. This is what I'm saying. Hear me out. When Kobayashi saw these kind of magic spells that Toru was going to teach Elulu and Kana, it resembles to what she's doing at work, typing it. So she speaks to Sota's father, who is the head of the company. But what I didn't know is that he knows Toru's father. That's the biggest twist. I kid you not. I didn't know that. I didn't know that Toru's father knows Sota. Like, Sota's father knows Elma's father? I didn't even know that. So it's like Sota's father knows about, like, Elma's working at the company, obviously knows that, knows Lukua, knows Kana, know them. You know what I mean? Like, what? I didn't even know. So Toru's father wants to know the truth of, and we got a backstory about Toru and in the history of dragons. And I gotta say, what I'm going to say is gonna hurt you guys forever when I say this. May or may not. The dragons in Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid could beat the shit out of the dragons in Fairy Tale. I don't care. And even the 100-Year Quest, I don't care. The dragons in Kobayashi can beat the hell out of the Fairy Tales dragons. That's all I'm saying. I mean, literally. But still, let's get right. So Toru's father explained the history of dragons. So to sum up the history is like this. At the time, dragons were unified. Like, they were all unit. But then there were some dragons that once destroyed and some didn't. Some didn't even want to be part of it. And that's how the factions came into play. Chaos, harmony, neutral. That's how it is. And then, Toru's father looks a badass, by the way. I haven't seen him in a long time, season 1, but he's a total badass. And then after that moment, we see baby Toru. Oh my god. Baby Toru is so freaking adorable. Oh my god. Every time I saw baby Toru, it makes me want to get another plushie. It just makes me want to get one. I kid you not. Please make a baby Toru plushie. Oh my god, I want one. It's so cute. I mean, that little Toru is like this tall, so cute. Oh, it is so freaking adorable. And seeing baby Toru, I kid you not. I kid you not. I want one. Ooh, off topic. I'm sorry. Let me go. I'm off topic. Sorry about that. So anyway, so as dragons forms, Toru and her father went on a journey, and he was being a bad father. He was lying to her about how humans are in the world and how they treated, and then he left Toru to go on a journey on her own. So Toru took time to practice magic while transforming into a human. So we got like a kid version, like somewhat of a kid version Toru. So Toru actually, for centuries, Toru been on a journey watching the history, like how humans try to take over capitalism and all that stuff, and use land, taking control over land, or using money, seeing war after war after war. Toru has seen it all. And then at times she met Kana. And Kana looks adorable too. Baby Kana looks adorable. Oh my god. Oh my god. Kana, I can't even like... This is why Kana is like the top 3 most adorable characters of all time. Still to this day, she's the most adorable one of all time. Still. So... the reason, and then we got to see Toru meet Kana for the first time. And the reason Kana transformed into a human because she wants attention. She wants to pull pranks. Because if you look back on season 1 was about, like, when Kana made her debut in season 1, she wanted to pull off pranks. She ran away from home. So we got back here, and that's the dragon. That's Kana's father, by the way. So it all makes sense. And then, we got to see Toru go on a journey when she met Lukua. Now, Lukua looked like a giant snake wave from Dragon Ball Z. You know that giant snake wave that Goku been running? That's that. And if we look at Lukua with that long-ass dragon, the head is the dragon and that wing is the body. I kid you not. I mean, like, come on. Lukua, that long-ass dragon thing? No. I mean, the way I see it, the wings is her body and her head is the face. That's all I'm saying. And she didn't want to fight. Like, Toru wanted to fight her, but nah, being that she's on the neutral side, she doesn't. And then we got to see Fafnir. We got to, well, not really, I mean, we already know that's Fafnir, but we got to see Fafnir, and he's guarding his treasures. And then we got to that conclusion with Elma. Elma sees Toru as a friend, and Elma wants her to find her own path, her own destiny. Go out in the world and see what you could do. But Elma's like, I'm glad you're my friend or whatnot, despite being two different factions. Now, again, with everything about season 1, and I love what Kyoto Animation do. I love what they did, bringing nostalgic to season 1, how it all began. Because season 1, we didn't get a lot of information. I mean, we got a little bit of information about Kobayashi met Toru and how she pulled the sword out. But there was more into that as to why the sword got stuck on Toru. You see, Toru went out on her own to face a god. She's trying to face a god, and all of a sudden, he threw the sword right into Toru. Because she feels like she was all alone. And then, yeah, Toru's father was a bad father, letting her go on alone, and not being with somebody. So Toru was crying, and oh my gosh, she was crying. And then not the sword stuck to his back, but then here come Kobayashi, all drunk like always, pulled the sword out, and then they became friends. Now, and you gotta love the animation, that water animation scene that they showed us with Toru, like falling like this. You gotta love that scene. Like that scene alone was like animation to the core. If Crunchyroll don't add this show to the Anime Awards for Best Animation, I don't know what to say, because that is some good ass animation, and that's what they did for us. They gave us that. So that's what we got in the Toru's backstory, and it all makes sense. It all makes sense as it is. And I'm glad that Toru was able to open up her feelings to Kobayashi, explaining to her everything about her past. And now that she's happy that she's a maid, so she's extremely happy. And I like that adorable scene at the end where Toru scoot over to Kobayashi, put her head down, and then pat her like this. That is so adorable. Now, next week is the last episode of Kobayashi Dragon Maid S. I'm gonna miss this show. I'm gonna miss this show. But then we're gonna have to embrace it. We're gonna have to accept it. It's coming to an end. I mean, I'm getting a DVD. That's a fact. And I'm getting a Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid waifu. I'm gonna get a local waifu. I'm gonna find one at Comic-Con or Anime NYC, but I will find one. I kid you not. Because this show, oh my God. This was a really, really great episode. And like throughout all the episodes, I say, I cannot find one episode that is my least favorite. There is none. So, like I said, great episode, by the way. Gave us a little more flashbacks into Toru's backstory. And the adorableness of Toru in the little dragon form is so cute. I wish we could get plushies of it. So, I look forward for the last episode of Kobayashi Dragon Maid S. The ending of all things must come to an end. So, stay tuned for next week.